Guys, so today I'm going to talk about an important but sensitive topic. A lot of parents find out their children are watching porn, or they might have caught them watching porn, and they don't know how to have a conversation. But it is very important to have this tough talk. I understand this is very distressing and very stressful for parents. Teenage is such a phase in one's life where there are significant changes which occur in their physical, emotional, and social lives. And it is a difficult phase for both the parents and the child if not dealt with caution. Now, teenagers are curious about sex. One is because they are learning about sex, as well as they want to explore their sexuality and sexual preferences. There's a lot of peer pressure as well. Like in some cultures, being sexually active is considered as being hot or desirable. So it is best to educate the children about sex, and that would be the best strategy. Now, some of them try to restrict um, children. So what can happen is this can be counterproductive in teenagers, because teenagers are like a ping pong ball. So the more you suppress them, the harder, the intensive the retaliation will be. So who are the best people to talk about it? It's obviously the parents, because they are the ones who want the best for their children. And if parents criticize or shame children, then they will go to their friends or to other confidants, and the information they have might be misleading as well, and it can lead to trouble in the future. So this is the best time for parents to bond with their teenage children, and the teenagers will know that you have always got their back, and you will be the first point of contact whenever they are in distress or they are facing any difficult situation in life. Now, how do you approach the situation? So it is very important to have an open discussion. This is a tough talk, so choose the best time or the right time for it. Be non-judgmental, be sensitive. Do not bring your emotions or beliefs into this conversation. It is very important to ask these questions to your children. Now, how to have an open discussion? So you can start by talking about some movie or some TV show which you watched, or any anecdotes which you can share. I can give you a few examples. Like you can tell them, remember the episode where we watched that Monica gives Chandler a video or a CD on shark porn, because she believes that he has a fetish for shark porn, only to realize that he was interested in adult porn, and he just flipped the channel when she suddenly entered the room. Now, this was hilarious, but it also makes us understand that how understanding others' preferences is very important in a relationship. But if you extend it to others, it is also important in other relationships as well to have an open discussion. Now, this porn is available everywhere nowadays. And I have heard that a lot of children stumble onto it. Has something like this happened to you or your friends lately? Or you can say, when I was in high school, we were taken to watch the movie Titanic. And the scene where Jack Payne's rose had been cut off. And this made all the kids more curious because they wanted to see. So they started searching on the internet, and they stumbled on to some porn or adult content. So nowadays it's very easily accessible. Have you or your friends have found something like that by accident at any point in time? Or you can say, my mother used to say that in their times, people had no idea about sex. They would come to know about it only after marriage. There were people who would take their new wife to watch blue movies to understand what it is, so that their shyness reduces. But nowadays, adult movies are available everywhere, and there are a lot of movies which are freely available, and kids stumble onto it. Has something like that happened to you or your friends lately? Have you heard about it? So it's very important to ask questions, and definitely do not shame them. Let them talk. But what is important here is kids should know some important things. The first thing is, what is shown in porn is not real, or it is not realistic. Porn show things which makes children have unrealistic expectations. That is something which they have to understand. Second is, there can be some violent or aggressive sex which can cause distress in the child. So we have to consider that. Third important thing is, they should be aware of safe sex. Now, in porn movies, they do not use condoms. So children think that it is normal. But they should understand that using condom is something real and it has to be used. They have to be taught about safe sex. Safe sex is something like, you can tell them about having a single partner, never to have sex with strangers, never have sex under the influence of alcohol or any substance use, or use of condom is very important. The next point is, they should understand that consent is very important and it is very essential. Now, in porn, they show women or men with bodies which people think it's very real, and they tend to have negative self-image. So it is very important to make the child understand that everyday bodies do not look like how they are shown in porn. Another important thing is, showing porn to these children less than 18 by an adult is illegal and it has to be reported. If anything like that happens, they have to come to you or inform anybody in authority that this thing is happening. Now, sometimes what can happen is, some children can develop addiction. That is, they would want to stop, but they are unable to stop. And that can affect their behavior in school or at home, or even the general functioning in every aspect of their life. So if this thing happens, and you feel that the child cannot control it, it is very important that you seek the help of your GP or a therapist or a psychiatrist. So it's better they assess them and they will guide you to the right path. So these are the few tips which you can use, and I hope these are of great help to you. If you like this video, please give a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. As a psychiatrist, I believe that it's not just our duty to treat patients, but also educate the public on important issues. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.